If you're a working professional, especially in IT or software development, you've inevitably been frustrated with the guy who got the promotion and didn't deserve it, while you were overlooked. You're putting in 40, 50, even 60 hours a week, while he's putting in 35. You're taking the 2 a.m. incident while he's the supposed leader on call. You kept your head down and got your work done while he talked too much and made every meeting run late. Trust me, I spent 20 years in software engineering and IT operations. I know exactly how it goes, but I've got some bad news for you. I'm the guy who got those promotions. I learned early in my career that promotions in tech don't always go to the hardest worker or the most technical person. They often go to the person who shows a quality that you notice but can't articulate. You can't quite reverse engineer it, and it drives you nuts. It feels like there's this secret playbook that a select few seem to know, and you're not in on it. Well, I'm going to let you in on it, and I'm going to explain how it works with a story. It's about the time I took down a production environment and disrupted 25,000 high school students across the United States. And then I got promoted for it. It was probably 15 years ago. I needed to test a new app build, so I logged into what I thought was the staging server, and I turned off the application and its services. And then I got this email notification. It said production was down. And it took me a few seconds to realize what I'd just done. And then I got the cold sweat and the shaking hands. But I knew exactly what to do to correct the situation. First, I imagined all these kids across the country sitting at a blank screen, counting on me to fix my mistake, and all the teachers supervising those students waiting for me to do my job. I ran to my boss and I told him exactly what I did, that it was solely my mistake, that I was going to bring production back online, that I took full responsibility. I apologized. I called the product manager in between typing commands in the terminal, and I got them started on a communication plan. I wrote an email to all the executives and copied my team. When the app was back online, I ran through a functional test and saw students successfully logging back in. It was 20 minutes of agonizing guilt and frustration, but I got through it. I wrote the post-mortem report, I led the wrap-up call, and I learned to type host name before running any dangerous commands. And you know what? A few months later, my boss announced to the team that I was going to be their new manager. He even pointed to how I handled this mistake as one of the reasons. Now, my team thought I should have been escorted out of the building by security with my cardboard box. And instead, I ended up moving up in the org. And my team was not subtle about how they felt. They openly expressed their frustration, saying, "How did you end up in leadership? You barely understand what we do. You don't even look like you work most days. You talk to people. That's not work." But here's the part that they didn't understand. What looked like favoritism, politics, or even rewarding failure was actually a demonstration of mastery. Most people don't see it because they think career growth is about hard work and flawless execution. And it isn't. In fact, mastery has almost nothing to do with being flawless. It isn't about being the person who never breaks production or being the person who closes the most tickets. It's not even about taking responsibility for your actions. Mastery is about being three things. Number one, exceptionally good. Number two, prolific. And number three, frightening. Let me break those down. Exceptionally good means your work consistently leads to high quality results, even under pressure and even when you make a mistake. I messed up big, but my recovery was flawless. That's what leadership saw. And prolific means constantly shipping meaningful work. While others grind 50 to 60 hours, I can nail it in 30 to 35, leveraging my strengths to navigate complexity faster. I wasn't smarter than my team. I just knew how to work really fast. And being frightening might sound like arrogance, but I mean it in a more awe-inspiring way in terms of improvement and clean performance and providing clarity. People can't categorize you and they can't keep up. And in the meantime, you're building undeniable influence. While my boss admired my recovery and saw hints of mastery, my team fixated on my mistake and saw failure. So why do competent, hardworking people get passed over while someone like me, someone who makes a huge mistake, moves up? This is what I call the great misunderstanding. which is believing that tech careers or any sort of knowledge work is built on effort, accuracy, and expertise alone. Just work harder, learn tools, avoid errors, and the right people will notice, right? Well, that's wrong. And you've already seen it with non-experts getting promoted and short-hour workers getting praised and lesser skilled folks taking the lead. It feels unfair because effort is table stakes, not currency. As Nassim Taleb says, any idiot can be intelligent. And in the same sense, anyone can work hard and put in a lot of hours. That's not what a career is about. People build their entire career on staying late, answering every email, and never dropping the ball. They assume that consistency will get rewarded, but that's not how promotions or rewarding careers work. And it feels unfair because it contradicts the popular narrative of hard work and meritocracy. Leaders are actually looking for people who create direction and raise the ceiling for everyone around them. Once you understand mastery and the great misunderstanding, you can start making moves that make leaders notice you. Now, if this idea of mastery resonates with you and you wonder why some people seem to accelerate in their careers while others stay stuck doing everything right, I wrote a short book that goes much deeper into all of this. It's called Get Good, Go Fast, Conquer. It's a quick read, and I wrote the whole thing in a day. It shows you what mastery actually looks like, how to build it, and how to avoid the traps that keep most smart, hardworking people, possibly like you, invisible. If you want the free PDF, please email mastery@edifycontent.com. It'll give you a roadmap for breaking out of the great misunderstanding and moving your career forward with intention. Now, by the time you watch this video, the book might be available for purchase on Amazon as a physical paperback. I'll put that link in the video description when it's ready. Now, mastery's paradoxes defy logic, especially for technical minds. For more on that, watch my video. We're not thinking machines, we're feeling machines that think.